All right. Well, hello, my friends. Hello, Victors. Hello, handsome Dave.
Hey, Larry. Hey,
Hey,
Joe.
Joe. How are you, buddy? It's good to see
I'm
you.
good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm doing great. Thanks. Hey, what we wanted to do today is talk about HireMyVA and your experience with virtual assistants. And just for some background, you and I have known each other for how many years now? Do you even know? It's over 10, right?
Over a decade, easily.
Yeah. And we've met through a variety of different mastermind and coaching programs where I've come in and been a kind of a trainer and that sort of thing. But why don't you tell us, set this up for us? You have well, when we first met, you had a CPA firm, which is basically you're a solo practitioner, basically. Um, but you had some pretty big goals, right? And then something happened around November of 2020, and things changed. So why don't you give us kind of the before? What did life look like prior to November 2020 for you?
Uh, I
Do you
was at,
remember back that far?
I was at the end of my ropes.
Ah,
I was at the jumping off point. But
yeah.
things actually started changing way before that, and I could go back to and I still have it, the
Uh-huh.
discovery call that Dave and I did,
Yeah.
and you said you're not ready. You're not. I have it on recording.
Uh-oh. So tell us
I
more
got,
about
I got off that call and I said, I'll show him if that.
that. Okay. All right.
But it set the wheels in motion for things that today I look back and I said, oh, sometimes you believe things could happen, but when they actually happen, Larry, it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
You know, but so what happened was I needed to change. You said I was a CPA, I was a sole practitioner. I had been trying to scale my business for decades,
Yeah.
literally and I tried everything. If somebody has another idea, let me know. And if there was an idea out there, I did it. I
Mhm.
tried it. And I can't say I can't say I wasn't successful. It depends on how you measure success.
Right.
But what I wanted was a scalable enterprise, and I just couldn't get there.
Yeah.
And so long story short, you became available as a coach.
Yeah.
I needed a change. I asked you to help me. And shortly afterwards, you came to me with this idea. You said we were doing, what was it, the second run of HireMyVA, and you needed
Yeah.
somebody to test it out.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we moved from a beta program into what we thought we had a pretty good program at this point. So we call it Hire My VA 2.0.
And what you did without, who would have known? It just opened up a whole new world for me, literally.
Mm-hmm.
People might think that I'm not a paid spokesperson. It was all, how would you call it? An entrepreneurial experiment, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
And it worked. It worked. What you and Dave did was you put together this course.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, it was a step-by-step, this is how you do it. Paint by numbers, right?
Yeah, good way to put it.
And I followed the direction. I just followed it to a T, and it worked.
And the whole idea of the program was to help folks find their freedom by bringing in relatively low cost, high performing virtual assistants. And Dave and I have searched all over the place and found some of the best in the world to be in the Philippines. And for a variety of reasons, they seem to work really well working with Americans. There's a love affair between the two countries, for starters, that go back decades, right?
Well, yeah, then I told you, I realized what MacArthur was talking about.
Exactly. There you go. Right. And so there's that. Plus, the Philippine culture is very hospitable. They want to serve. They want to do great things. They strive towards excellence, right? There's a shared common language, which is really nice, and all that kind of helps. But one of the things I want to say, though, Joe, is that as a coach and a mentor, oftentimes I wish I had more clients like you. Whereas you say, "Hey, Larry, what should I do?" And I say, "Well, based on my experience, you might want to try this." And then you do it.
Well,
and guess what happens? It works.
Dude, can I tell you why?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said, I had been trying this for decades.
Yeah.
One thing I know is like when something's not working, don't do it. Don't keep doing it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Dave have a track record.
Yeah.
And they said, first of all, I'm paying you. Why am I going to pay you and not do what you recommend?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Oh no, I won't be. So I mean, it baffles my mind, but I'm like, I'm going to get every penny's worth out of this relationship that I can.
Yeah.
And like I said, I had been trying for decades. I had gone literally all over the world looking for people, starting with the United States. And I don't have anything against people in the United States, but it's supply and demand in my business. There's not enough accountants to begin with. There's not enough talent. And then I tried all the other, and I don't have anything against any other country.
Yeah.
But for what I do, I needed a particular character set.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never tried anybody in the Philippines before. I don't know how I skipped over this whole country.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, it was like the culture, the language, the work ethic. It worked. You saw it firsthand. You met my team members.
Yeah. Yeah. What Joe is referring to is I spent a few days with he and his team in the Philippines a couple of weeks ago, which is why one of the things that kind of prompted this. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here. I don't want to talk specifically yet about, okay, where are things now? But, the HireMyVA program is broken up into basically 3 different elements, right? There's the prepare, the hire, and the thrive part, right? Do you remember that? Those 3 elements of it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
How do you think that worked for you? What was really, do you feel like was the most important element of those 3 stages? Or can you? Or do you think they're all equally as important, or anything that surprised you in that whole process going through the program?
What I've learned with things like this
Mm-hmm.
is don't skip over any of these steps.
Because like a recipe card, isn't it? You're trying to bake some bread.
It's like, you want to bake bread, you're going to leave, well, I don't know, yeast out. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I just followed your formula.
Mm.
It was simple.
Mm.
It was, what was shocking was the results.
No, they weren't shocking to us. We designed it.
Me.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, I think Larry has a good point. Let's go back to like 2020. Okay. Back then at HireMyVA, we had relaunched with 2.0, and we redid a bunch of stuff. But at that point, we didn't have a white glove service like we've had for a little bit now. All we had at that point was the course and community.
That's right.
Because honestly, we didn't want to, be providing Filipino VAs back at that point. And so you jumped in, and one of the things that you did different, and it's like what you said, is you went through the program, you watched everything. The way we've got it, like Larry said, prepare, hire, and thrive, but we've got rapid action sections that kind of summarize things. But you went through the whole thing and actually took action. And it's a testament to me to see that what we have in there, it works if people follow it. And like you said, the problem is a lot of people don't follow it. So then we had to end up doing the white glove service. But going through that process, one of the things that I remember is you were in the community And I remember you talking about developing your core values. I don't know why I remember this, but I do. And then you had some core values, and we had some discussion in the community on it. So you not only took action, but you asked for feedback for folks. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have the community, because people need that. So go ahead.
But, as I go down this journey, I look back at the foundational things, and I look back at the core values, and I'm like, I know I picked this up somewhere, but I don't exactly remember where. But now you just jogged my memory. And it was because what you and Larry taught me in this course is, people need to know what you believe in.
Yeah.
Right. And that's been, I can't tell you how important it's been to us growing, because I can always go back to whenever there's some kind of issue, some kind of controversy, I go back to our core values and I say, are they in alignment with this?
Right.
And it's helped us build a really, really strong team, because they're all in alignment with our core values.
So important. When you've got your vision, mission, and core values identified, there's a self-vetting process that happens among candidates. When you say publicly, here's what we stand for, they can say, oh, I subscribe to that. I really want this job. Or like, oh man, they're saying things that freak me out. I'm not even going to apply. And so the pool gets a little shallower, I guess. The road gets a little more narrow, but they're more highly qualified people. Right. And I love what you said. Like, when the going gets tough, because it will get tough. This is a barometer, a benchmark against which you can measure decisions.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you're doing that, Joe. That's good.
I'm glad you showed it to me.
Yeah. It's what we do, man. Dave?
You're earning your pay. You're earning your pay.
There you go. Good.
So Joe, you were the model student going through this. What were some of the challenges that you faced along the way of going through the program and then being able to and executing on it?
So you could have your core values, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could have somebody that has all of the qualifications, their resume looks great, they do a great presentation, but you really don't know them until you actually get in the trenches with them. Right?
Yep.
And, so in the beginning, and I could see how this is all evolving. I'm evolving, my team is evolving, and we're getting better and better at not picking the wrong candidates. All right. So in the beginning, it was tough, because even though, we thought we were in alignment, we really weren't. We really weren't. So those people, not every situation works out. That was one of the hardest things for me, and Larry knows this, was when I have to let people go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm like, what did I do wrong here? And it wasn't so much what I did wrong. It was part of the learning process, I think. Right? And so the hardest part really was learning how to, what is it? Not boundaries, but tell people exactly, this is what your job is. This is what I expect. And if and then have benchmarks. And that was and that was just, I think, more on me learning how to be in charge, how to be a leader.
Can I interject here on something? An outsider looking in, Joe, I think that you got unique dynamics that many people will never have by hiring a VA. What we realize, most people will hire one VA, and it's just that's it. They have a VA, a virtual assistant, and all I need to worry about is the personality and the communication style between the business owner and that individual VA. Now, when you start getting multiple VAs, you need to also take into account how are they communicating amongst each other and amongst myself. It's all of a sudden the dynamics become exponential. Does that make some sense?
Oh yeah.
So they
Yeah.
may get along great with you, but they may not get along with one of their quote unquote coworkers.
And it's,
So you got to take that into account.
and I've learned that, but also, I thought, okay, I'm hiring a VA. What I really signed up for, if and I know everybody's not going to be like me, but I want an empire. Okay, I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, I wanted to scale, and that meant learning how to be a leader.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was signing up for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it is. So you could, be that. Listen, getting that first VA, guys, was so freeing.
Mm.
Before Janine, think about this. I had somebody, and Elizabeth,
Yeah.
right? She started working. She was like a volunteer. She liked what I was doing. She helped me.
Mm-hmm.
But before Elizabeth, I was doing all the graphics.
Joe, the CPA.
The website, the graphics, the blog posts, the social media. Imagine, I think about that now. I was like, oh my God. And then we got Janine. And not only did she do graphic design, she learned how to do our website. She learned how to do social media. And now because you've seen her, now she's in charge. She's the marketing director. She's got a whole team under her.
Yeah. So let's jump ahead then. So you're already there.
That's fantastic.
Yes, exactly. And to see these people together, it's so heartwarming. Where are you today? Tell us about your business today. How many VAs do you have working with you? What have you done with your life? What's your business look like?
We don't have enough time for all of that.
Give us a Reader's Digest version.
I love the Philippine community. I love the people there. So as far as how many right now, I believe, because I lose track. I believe we have 16 full-time VAs. Half of them are in the accounting department. The other half are admin and marketing, and we're probably hiring another 2. In fact, I hired you to, I don't know if you know this, I did the white glove service thing.
Yes, I do know. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And we have at least 4 or 5 interns working in our accounting department. So that's in 3 years.
And what's that done for you as far as what you used to do in your business and what do you do now with your day, right? Can you explain that to us first of all before I go on to my next question?
So before, like I said, I was doing graphics. I was editing my own videos. You don't know how much time that stuff takes. On top of doing my accounting work, all of it.
Yeah.
Today, I spend my time mostly meeting with people.
Strategy stuff,
strategy stuff, motivation stuff. I meet with students. I'm running.
Hold on. What, Joe? Students? So what has this done for you is that it's freed up your time. You've created new silos of revenue generating businesses underneath your other business, right?
So it's become a lot more than just accounting. In fact, I do very little accounting now.
Personally.
I mean, I do mostly client development, troubleshooting, but our team does all the accounting work. And that's freed me up to really be an entrepreneur.
How many streams of revenue do you have in your business now between?
We got another 3. That's when we got cut off the other night, we started talking. We're going to have a membership site. We're going to have basically a sort of like an employment agency type of business. We got affiliate. Yeah, we got a bunch of, it's an enterprise now.
You have a training academy for people.
You have a business training academy. Another, again, that wasn't like on the radar. It just happened because I had the time.
Yeah,
See,
freedom.
in accounting, when you're just doing accounting, there's no time to do anything else.
Yeah.
But what this team has done is really unleashed the creative side of me.
Yeah.
And I could see all of these opportunities, and I have the time to follow up on them.
There's a saying that says, you can't see the forest for the trees, right? You're so in it, and this is giving you an opportunity to kind of take a drone up above the canopy and look down and say, well, gosh, yes, there are opportunities out there, instead of just dealing with what's right in front of you.
And that's what, and you've known me a long time. I was a frustrated accountant because I knew that they were out there.
Yeah.
I knew there were opportunities. But yeah, so HireMyVA, I wouldn't be here without HireMyVA. I might still be doing my own graphics. And
You'd be stuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still be trying to break out. So thank you.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, it's been fun watching you grow your business. And frankly, you seem more relaxed today than I've ever known you to be, right? You're certainly more creative, as you were saying earlier. You laugh a lot more today than you did 10 years ago, right?
I got a lot more to laugh about.
Those are good things, I think.
That's awesome.
Right? Yeah. Dave, you got anything else for Joe?
Yeah, Joe, I think maybe my last question at this point is, and I know it's been a long time since you've been through the course itself, but how or what would you think that we could do at this point to improve what we do for people?
I mean, I'm going to assume that you've tweaked the course. I mean, I took it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But if you left it the way it was 3 years ago, I would say it was perfect, because look at the results that I got. I'm sort of like in the same situation where I would love to take, sometimes you want to take people by the throat and say, listen, I got the solution for you. Right? I think the best thing that you guys could do with this is get it out there more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let people know, because, what I've learned about the Philippine culture, the country, you got a whole country there of people that are ready, willing, and able to work at a reasonable price. It worked for me. And like I said, I tried every place else on the planet.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it could have been me, it could have been the culture, but for what I do, it was perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect for accounting firms.
Joe, let me ask you this. Dave and I have looked at our competitors, and it seems like a lot of the people who are trying to encourage US-based entrepreneurs to hire VAs, they do one thing. They teach you how to hire a VA, right? There's two elements, I think, that separate us from everyone else. We do the prepare section. Are you ready to bring on a VA? And then when you do, how do you onboard them, right? And what's the best practices that you're looking for from this person, right? So there's that element. But once you get someone on board, you actually hire them and you onboard them, then what? Too many people, I think, just treat them like a VA. They are a VA.
See, that's where I think, so you just hit something with me, because one thing I said, okay, I can hire the VA, I could onboard them, but for me, what got me about you and Dave, Larry, was your people stayed with you.
Yes.
Your people, and I remember it now, Dave. I remember in the live chats we had, I said, why did you stay? What made you stay there for all this time? And that's what I wanted. I wanted people that were going to be loyal and stay. And I remember now I focused on that part of the course.
The thrive part.
The thrive part, yeah, because I said, yeah, okay, sometimes you can get lucky, you hire somebody good, but I want them to be invested.
Yeah.
And I think they are. And it's because of what I learned from you guys.
Yeah, good.
Absolutely.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Well, Joe, it's been a pleasure working with you over the years and see your business grow. And, as David said, we've got several people who have had great success with this, but you're one of the top performers from 16 virtual assistants from zero back in, let's say, September, October of 2020. And just to see all these additional revenue streams coming into your business, you kind of proven our point, right? That you find freedom through this program, not just a virtual assistant. Freedom is the benefit from it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. All right, Joe. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. How can people find you out there? If they're looking for a CPA or they're looking for, to get some additional training in accounting or whatever it is.
The best place is just go to my website, bedrockbusinessbuilders.com, or you could find me on YouTube.
There you go.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Lots of content. And all that stuff is created by his VAs.
I just show up.
That's right. And I'll say this, as I mentioned earlier, I was just in the Philippines with Joe and his team, and they held a very successful event there that Joe provided the strategy and his team executed. They pulled off a live event with a streaming part of the event as well that was seen with people from around the world, because Joe was able to build an amazing team of virtual assistants who love doing what they do.
Yep.
It doesn't get much better than that, my friends. Right? Okay. Joe, God bless you. Thank you so much. David, any parting shots?
No, just thank you, Joe, for your time. And we're happy to see your success, because that's why we do it, Larry, right? That's why we do this. We don't do it necessarily for the money. That's nice, but we want to make a difference in the world. And it's nice to see that happening in your life.
Yeah, we find
and in all the people that you're affecting, right?
That's right.
That circle of influence, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Good. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Peace out. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye.